I'm Colleen Meaney. I am Program Director at the Tremont School in Concord, Massachusetts. And I had the privilege of meeting Dr. Karen Hodges on our campus and learning about her work with young people, where she stretches their capacities forward. And I really appreciated Karen's work to consider the whole person, to not pathologize any diagnosis or symptom that a student was experiencing, but rather to see their growth potential, encompassing both their strengths and areas for growth. So not treating a tender spot like kryptonite, but looking right at it. And the part of her pedagogy that I appreciate the most is giving young people real experiences. Rather than talking about doing courageous things, Karen would engage the student in doing something courageous. So, for example, there's a young person on our campus who she took kayaking. And that was a new experience for that person. Actually, 2 students did that with her. I'm aware of her work to take another student out to lunch, and they had to order. And that was kind of an anxious moment for that person, but it was a real experience in real life, replicable and transferable to other situations. It wasn't a dress rehearsal. There was no script. There weren't fake people. They were all real experiences. And those are where the growing edges are, where the dissonance is. You grab hold and keep going forward. Help the young person reflect on that and name the courage it took. Another aspect of Dr. Hodges' work that I really value is her attention to young people's baselines. This is sleep, nutrition, food intake, exercise, these kinds of things. She engages families or invites families to take a functional health assessment with a colleague in holistic medicine, and it's in those lines where a family might learn, as one of the families at our school learned, that their child was low in magnesium, low in folate, other things that these are such things that contribute perhaps to some symptoms that the student was experiencing that do not need to be addressed by prescriptions, but rather when the baselines are assessed, these things can be found out, and remedies that are sort of closer to the ground can be tried first before leapfrogging into more complex treatments that include side effects, where taking magnesium is pretty straightforward, for example. So another aspect of Dr. Hodges' work that I really value is her attention to helping folks understand that emotion is contagious, and also that emotion is healthy, and that, for example, in our setting, we would never tell a student to calm down. No one anywhere ever wants to hear those words, generally speaking. And young people, adolescents, certainly resist hearing that. So rather, we, with Karen's help, have worked to understand that students get to experience a whole range of emotion, and that does not mean that they're out of control, but that they can ride the wave of that emotional experience and get to the other side. And the more that they see that that's within reach for them, the more steadiness we see. It's kind of a paradox. The less control we assert and the more education we offer about what's happening, the more students have a peaceful or more even experience. And this approach really helps teachers to have a more effective experience with kids. They keep their own steadiness. When they see a student encountering something, it's not alarming to them. It's just, okay, this is happening and we'll see it through, and there's another side. And that helps the student know that it's going to be okay and their teacher isn't judging them